Yo, what's good, everyone? How's it going? How's it going? Hope y'all are doing good. It's me. All right, we are back at it. More game dev, more multiplayer action. It's only been like 2 months of this. We're gonna get it one of these days. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. We had a small setback at one point, but we're working at it. Working at it. Who knew that setting up multiple controllers at the same time would be different than just implementing maps? But as I said, we're making progress. We're making progress. We're doing good. Let's open up. I'm trying to remember where we're at last time. All right, if I remember correctly, we were. Oh, we were doing movement. Movement works now, I think, right? We can move. Okay. So we can move. Movement works. I think the only thing is... Okay, first of all, I gotta turn this log off. This is gonna kill me. Okay, but we're gonna do some adjustment to the movement. It's too fast. There's not enough, like, segmentation between movements. Yeah, we're just gonna comment that boy out of here. Alright, save that. Let's go back here. We're gonna go into the frog character whenever this finishes, compiling and whatnot. Alright, let's also get rid of that boy. Get rid of that boy. Okay. Does this matter? Is this relevant? Where's this being used? They're there. Obviously being defined here and then nowhere else. Alright, so I think we can just delete this whole thing. And then we can delete that. Save. Alright. Let's see what this does. Oh, and then yeah, I want to go back to characters, player object. Let's go into this player. We're just going to adjust some of these movements. I want to turn the speed down just a bit. Probably like 150. And then increases pause time to maybe like 1.5 or 0.15. Let's go ahead and apply those overrides. All right, let's see what that does. Let's see how this feels. Oh, we can't jump over logs? Whoa! That's not good. Let's go ahead and just undo that. Oh, it's because we don't have a... Health bar should be set. If we go to UI, and do main UI menu into, where's player.health or player health? Player health is here. Main UI window. No, it doesn't like that. Let's go ahead and lock this. Let's get another inspector in here. Open. There we go. I don't think this one will be locked. Let's grab this one here. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so let's. Okay, no. Okay, so go to characters, do this. Here. Then lock this. Then go to UI. UI menu. No! What? I want to lock it. Why isn't it locking? Player object, lock. Interesting. That is very interesting. It's because it's a prefab, probably. I don't like that though. I don't like. What's health bar? Health bar should be a slider, or no? It's a health bar script, which is on here. So I mean, you know, you think that this might be smart enough to do this. But apparently not, because if we go to, I just did this and it didn't work. Oh, so you can't see anything in... Well, how do I reference this then? We could just do like a traversal. We could find... We should be able to do, where's my Unity docs? Like children, I don't know. You should be able to get the child somehow. All right, let's try game object. Game object. There should be a method for get component in children, retrieves a reference to the type T on specified game object or any children of the game object. Okay, so we should be able to do. Wow, I have a lot of windows. Okay, so instead of health bar, if we do game object, UI, and then private health bar, reference to the script controlling the health bar UI. Oh no, actually this is gonna have to be redone completely because there's gonna be a health bar for each player. So yeah, we're gonna have to actually redo that completely, aren't we? Each player should have its own UI with its own health bar. Or there should be a health bar prefab. Okay, so that's gonna be a later problem, but I guess that's fine for now. Let's just go ahead and undo all these. Okay, so we'll keep it at that for now. We just know that error is happening because there is no health bar attached. So now what is our... Oh, so everything was fine. The movement I think is okay. I just need to change the jump. The jump was kind of wild. Jump length, half a second. Let's turn this down to 0.25. And then also let's go into, we couldn't jump over walls. And I believe jump works on based on tags, if I remember correctly. Change player collisions. Probably should just ignore 6, 7, 6, 8, 6, 9. We should be able to go to project settings, go to physics 2D. These are the layers. So player, I said what, 6 or 7, 8, 9? 7, 8, 9, right? 7, 8, 9, and we're 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's 1 based, and we're 6. So 7, 8, 9. So these should be on a jumpable layer. Are these walls on a jumpable layer? No. Okay, so that's on default layer. These walls though should be both on jumpable though. Okay, so now if we go in, we should have a shorter jump time, and we should be able to jump over walls. Or logs. You know, whatever you want to call them. It's very, very glitchy. The animation is like super, super glitchy. Ooh. Okay, so we can do that. There's definitely some hitbox issues with these. Yeah. Let's go in here. Box collider. Let's just move these down. Actually, these are all sorts of messed up. Very funky. Okay, so then that's fine. Let's go to this one, do the same thing. Probably should just make this prefab, but we're not, because I don't know. I don't really know why not, but we're not right now. I want to grab that. Okay, so that should be fine. What now? What now? Jump is good. Movement is good. Oh, the animation. I want to mess with the animation. Player object, animation. Let's go here. Frog jump. That's not right at all. Like what's going on here? That's very interesting. Because there should be more Where's my sprites at? Where are my sprites at? Just a funky beat. I like it. Actually, no. Actually, where are my sprites at? Boost, characters, effects, enemy paths, environments, projectiles. Oh, they're not in prefabs, obviously. They are in sprites. There we go. And frog sprites. Yeah, see, there's way more than just those. So let's do that one there. This one here. And then let's look at this now. And let's speed this up, maybe like 80 frames a second. I don't, that might be too fast still for the actual jumping animation, but let's see, let's see. All right, arcade, start. Yeah, I mean, you can't even see that. Oh, I know I did it like that. Because I wanted it to be like little hops. And then I wanted... Yeah, I wanted the frog move to be little hops, didn't I? That's 30? Wait, so why is this not... Confused. I'm confused. Where's he at? Where's he at? This guy going here. What's frog jump look like? So why is it not doing that? Oh, because it's not playing for... It's not getting all the way through it, that's why. That was trippy. Can I shrink this whole thing down? I want to shrink this whole thing. Whoa. All right, frog, jump. Frog jump is only getting through part of its, you know, thingy. There we go. Okay, let's try this. Is it going into the... Well, now it's not playing at all. I don't know what I did now. Because now it's playing. Got you. Okay. This is in preview mode. It should be shorter still. Okay, so like .13 is approximately good at 80 frames. I don't know if this is gonna save. Animation, frog jump. Okay, it did save. Good. That is really good. Because now I want to... Oh, I think the frog jump still needs to be shorter. Make it like... It should be longer than... Maybe the boost is just too much. Maybe it should be like 1.5. That's still so glitchy. Even this feels glitchy. Man, there's a lot of things that I just don't... That was really a hard jump. Yeah, see, that's just like super glitchy. All right, let's try... oh, actually, I guess we can play this. So we got player. Let's do frog move. Let's go back to sprites and the frog sprites. Oh, no. I want this one. I want the player. Frog move. So it's that. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. And it's okay. So this is just the same kind of vibe as the other one, right? Let's ramp this up to like 10. So what if I just do... Let's go to preview mode and let's do... Is it just way too fast or what? Okay, I don't hate that. That's crazy that they're all just stuck there. I don't know, man, because it's... Okay, so the first thing I'm thinking is that all the movement just, it like... It all feels too fast. Like the fact that you can just go around the game and just like... If you just like spam jump like that, it just feels too fast. And even like this is like, you know, fine. But I think we could even scale back and... Oh, actually, hold on. Might as well just do it in game mode because it makes more sense. Player object. So if we go to player here and then up here. If we dial this back to like 100, or even like dial back to 75, cut it in half. Cut the movement speed in half. See, that feels like... Okay, but he's a frog. Like, shouldn't he be slow? Can you set the animation time? Because we're player movement. If you go to jump. Where's the animator? Where's the animator? So animator. So if you go to if we just look up animator, because I'm doing like animator.setBool, right? setBool, okay. But can I do... No. I think I just have to mess with it. Like, I just have to figure it out myself, I think. I don't think there's a way to do it programmatically. I don't think. Because what it's doing is it's able to run a multiple in one, like one jump, and I don't want that. You know, I want it to be lined up with the jump exactly, but I don't know if I just have to do that in the editor or if there's a way to do that programmatically. Like, can I set the time to equal whatever the jump time is? Let's see. So we could do like, Unity 2D set animation time to set animation time. There's a checkbox on your animation clip for normalized time that uses any float variable you make in your animator as a time input. The only problem with this is well, there's necessarily a problem. We're just gonna have to keep track of the time it's jump. I mean, I was just using like a what's it called to do it? I was using a coroutine. So I'd have to track the time as well as using a coroutine. No, but even so, I don't know that I necessarily want to do that. Well, if it's using a time between 0 and 1, right? There's no clear way to access the animator state without having an animation component on your object. The only term found is used if you cannot use legacy deprecated options. Animator.play state name layer normalized time. Trick is finding a way to turn whatever value you are using into a number between 0 and 1. I don't hate this. So we could do, for example, instead of doing this and this, here we just do let's check the, if we do play, where's play? I want to read the docs on this. So normalized time is the time offset between 0 and 1. So it plays a specific state of time. Yeah, so that's what he was talking about. But if I do, wait, can I do play for fixed time though? Where's play in fixed time? Plays a state when you specify a state name or the string used to generate a hash to include the name of the parent layer. Again, so yeah, it's either I track whatever I'm doing, track the time of whatever I'm doing, and I can do bro, that's not what I wanted. Oh, there we go. Don't Don't worry about those numbers. Okay, we'll just do a new file. And we're gonna fill this with black because we don't want not black. Okay. Now if we do this, cool. So for this, if our like jump time is equal to 2, I want to play a state between, you know, start and finish, where this is 0 and this is 1, but in reality my time goes from 0 to 2. So I just divide whatever time I'm at by 2, right? Yeah. So in this case, we'd have to have a timer, which, you know, increments. Timer goes from 0 to, actually goes from 0 to 2, and then we just divide it by 2 and give that to that. Or we just like guess. It's probably the better way to do it, isn't it? I really tried to phase out timers and use coroutines instead because it's just way easier unless you need to update a function though. So in this case, we could do have a variable that tracks the current time in the jump process, in a jump. And this would be a private float jump timer. Okay. So then there is a jump boolean, isn't there? Is jumping? Yeah. So then in update, we can call if is jumping then call update jump animation, which we can go down here, private. Can you not make the animation to speed 0.5? So I could, but the problem is I want the jump time to line up with the I want the jump time to line up with the animation time, right? And so I mean, I know what the jump time is. The jump time is whatever I set it as in here. The jump time is 0.25 seconds, right? So it's 0.25 seconds, but I can't just make the animation 0.25 seconds. I mean, that'd be way too long. I'd have to adjust this. I mean, we could try this, right? We know that that's 0.25 seconds. I think I'm good with the movement. Do this. I just have to adjust the samples. I think. Because I don't think that directly lines it up. Or does it? Am I just dumb? Oh, do I just not know how this works? Okay, so what's the... Wait, what do the samples do then? I might have to do this. Manual samples. No, not samples. Animator. Animator component. Animator controller is what I want, actually. No. Animator window is what I want. Maybe not. Maybe not. This is what I wanted. Animation window. That's what I want. I want to know what samples do. Is it how many samples it takes per frame? So it's just like smoother animation. That might be all it is. We're not in play mode. If we go here, animation. Here. What's our jump time? Our jump time is 0.15. Or our move time, sorry. So if I take this, right, so it's obviously slower. If I cut this in half, yeah, so that does make it slower. So I don't know what samples does. I thought that'd be an issue, but right, so that is an issue. So this moves. Oh, so that moves this. Interesting. Okay. I think I'm actually going to take down the jump time more, though. Oh, no, what did I do last time? I didn't change any of the movement. I wanted to make all the movements slower. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. Like 100 might be a good medium, maybe. Oh, I don't think it's actually, because like that works fine, but it's because okay, what if I set a like what if you're not, there's like a slight delay when you like sorry, I need to get my thoughts out. What if when you are jumping, when you land, you're like stuck for like, you know, just like a second or like not even a second, just like a split second. So you're not just like landing and then immediately like landing into a jump almost. And it's like land jump instead of land jump. It's, you know, land jump instead of land jump. I don't think that should be hard to do. Is the animator inside the transitions there? Is the animator inside the transitions there? It doesn't have it. Oh, I see what you mean. No, I didn't set an exit time. That is a good point, though. Oh, wow. Classic. Nice. Yeah, so we're not using any of this then. Yeah, the problem was not that. It was, oh, that's right. You're right. Jump to... It does go jump to idle to move, but if there's no... Has exit time. Exit time, you know, is 0.4 seconds. All right, let's see what this is like. I guess we don't need that. We just want We want this showing up. That's a new one. Oh, it's because I... that. What's up? When you uncheck it and its jump is false, then it jumps to the next animation, even if it is mid-animation. Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. I don't think I knew that. I don't know why, but I always just uncheck that. I don't know where I got that notion from that I should always just uncheck that. Thank you. That's actually really helpful. That's very, very helpful. I'm sure it tells me that if I hover over it or something. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, so let's try this. Definitely better. But we can still hop over the logs perfectly fine. Okay, I like this. I like this. This isn't bad. Like, it's slow, but it's also, like, supposed to be slow. All right, cool. And then all this should work with the controller as well. Arcade, start. Okay, perfect. Now all we need to do is rotation. Okay, which I have all the math figured out. I have functions written for it. We just need to correctly take in the input. Which is not always as easy as it seems. Rotate or look? I don't know. It's not always about look. We'll just call it rotate. That's fine. And this is going to be a value. Control type is going to be... I think vector 2D is the way to go. And this should be pointer position, or let's just do this first. Save. And then I don't know what that's about. There's something wrong with the tool. This is down here. All right, let's call on rotate. We're going to do this, and then let's do a little mouse pause dot. X. Mouse pause dot Y. Okay. And then I have to pee, but I will be right back. Enjoy the music. And we're going to get grinding on this when I get back. I'm back. What's up, y'all? Okay, so we're just gonna debug this. This all, worked at some point for some stuff, but I'm not exactly sure how the input's coming in. If it doesn't work, we'll see the input here. I mean, either way, we're gonna see the input there. But who needs tests? We're just gonna go for it. Just raw dog this. That is one thing I want to do is next project. I really want to structure my code a lot better. I want to put a lot more tests and whatnot in here, a lot more conditions. Okay, so this is not getting called whatsoever. Check a couple things. I could be using the wrong input. That's very likely. Make sure the function I'm calling is correct. On jump, on shoot, on move, on rotate. And this is on rotate. So theoretically, this should be being called. There's no reason for it not to be being called. Let's do a little investigating. Because it's, what did I set it as? Value vector 2, but this is a position. I just search for position, will it show up? Oh, input bindings is actually what I want. Isn't it? Maybe, maybe. Because I chose position pointer. If I search pointer, just open up a couple tabs here. Probably not that, but you never know. General pointing behavior where pointer is moved across 2D surface operating at the pointer level across treating mouse, pen, touchscreen, all is pointer. Okay. The pointer that was added or used. Delta is the current window space motion. Position, the current pointer coordinates and window space. Within player code, the coordinates are in the coordinate space of display. That's what I want. I want mouse position. Is this a mouse thing? Let's add a binding and let's add gamepad. I want left stick movement, right stick. What's that? Okay. Let's save this and see what's up. If this is a mouse thing, that's really unfortunate. Okay, so that works. It is a mouse thing. Interesting. I wonder if I call Delta instead, if that'll change anything. Or even if I do mouse position, is that going to change anything? Nope. Mouse delta? This may just be a mouse thing. There may just be some mouse issues in here. No. Okay, so it is a mouse issue. So it seems that using the mouse with what if we just do a quick did not want to open up my command prompt. That was not what I was intending to do. Unity input system not getting any mouse input. Let's see what's up here. When I right click in the game view, it changes from mouse to view tool. Vent system makes use of the left click, so you either need to check it another way like that, or maybe you can edit the input system parameters. Yeah, so I'll have to do it a different way. What I did in my case is to open the input action asset. And in your control schemes, select the keyboard scheme you created to edit it to add a mouse control. What? I didn't like that. I didn't like that I can't move this. Gamepad, keyboard, and mouse. Just throw point in there just for fun. Let's save this. Then go to player. Go down here. And let's add this scheme controls. Oh, that works. That's what it is. You specifically have to add the mouse as, and so now, and shooting works now. Oh, amazing. Okay. Interesting part is that this is all. Oh, it's in Delta, isn't it? It's in Delta. Okay, let's pause this for a second. Rotate. I don't want it to be Delta. I'd rather it be mouse. Whoa. Position. Save this. God bless for discussion boards, bro. Who is that? Danielle Garcia. Can I thumbs up him? That's great. That's great. I don't think that worked. Nope, can't like. I need. Oh, I didn't want to sign in. I lied. That was a joke. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, Garcia. I tried. All right, that's actually really cool. That is really cool. I don't know why it does that, but cool. It works now. That's actually awesome. I'm stoked. Oh, so this works. Also, I need to change that binding before I forget. Shoot should be, first of all, let's just delete that. And this should be left click. Left button, yes. Okay. Save that. Put the wrong button in there by accident. But okay, so now, okay, so this gets that, whereas oh, that's interesting. This, I'm using the controller now. It did not, in fact, add a new player. It's just using the same player. That's a new one, for sure. I'm also now getting no... I'm getting no right stick input from controller, which is interesting. Right stick, gamepad. Yep. It should be a 2D vector. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? Is that these are going to come in 2 different ways. I think I'm just going to have to keep the control mapping separate is what is the best way to do this. Is have like a rotate mouse and a rotate controller. And just categorize them 2 separate ways. I want to see if... Let's see. So still no right stick input. None. Very interesting. But if I do... I bet all I have to do is go to... here. And if I just like delete that and this and save it and save that, it'll start registering again. So I'm gonna have to split up these control schemes. Because yeah, it also now doesn't... So yeah, this works, but it doesn't do the thing. Okay. So let's edit this control scheme. We're gonna call it let's call it PC. And it should be, instead of gamepad and keyboard, it should be mouse and keyboard. It's fine. I also don't want that to be PPC. Just PC is fine. 1P is good. Let's add another control scheme. Add another control scheme and call this console. And we'll add gamepad to this. So then rotate mouse should just have position of mouse. Oh, that's actually PC. Add an action called, and there is a component, it's called Player Input Manager. It's for the local multiplayer. Yes, I'm using that. It's in my game manager. Right here, Player Input Manager. Should I be doing something separate here? Like something different? Because I set this up a while ago. I have it to do split screen and I have it to do... Oh, sorry, I did not see your last message. This probably make more sense if I read both of them. Add 1 action map to keyboard and 1 to gamepad. Is that... one action map. The action map doesn't dictate which device, though, does it? Is the switch automatic to keyboard or gamepad? So I know gameplay or action maps are like, because player input inside your player. Oh, I got you. So this I have set to, I think, automatic switch. Yes, this auto switches. Which I assume that was between schemes. By default, when there is only a single player input, the player is allowed to freely switch between control schemes. By toggling this property off, this behavior is disabled, and even with a single player, the player will stay locked onto the explicitly selected control scheme. When there's multiple player inputs, auto switching is disabled automatically regardless of any value of this property. Okay, so that makes sense. So you're saying if I do this, it would disable. So let's add a new control scheme that says all, right? And that's going to be with, you know, gamepad, keyboard, and we'll just say pointer. Yeah, like this. One action map for keyboard and one for gamepad. But it doesn't switch between. All right, maybe I need to hold on. Player input component. You're good. So I guess I don't really understand what the action maps do. Which there's also no, unless I'm blind, there's no section for it. So an input action map is named collection of actions. Each action has a name which must be unique within the action map that the action belongs to. Each action also has a unique ID. Each action map has a name unique to the action asset that the action map belongs to. When you press the key on the keyboard, then it detects the right action map and puts it in your... Right, but the action map doesn't distinguish between... The action map has no correlation to which controller you're using. That's defined in the action itself, right? Because... like, I can have, you know... And in this one action map, I can have both of these... You know, I can have gamepad and keyboard being called. And so these are all global, but then like this, if I do rotate and if I do console, delete this for now. But so if I do this and I'm just on console right now, so if I add a binding for gamepad, wait, this is value, vector 2. Gamepad right stick. Then that's there. Console's there, but if I go to PC, then it's not there anymore. So now I need to make a binding here for pointer position. So now if I do this, saying, yo, what's up? And then I do this, it's creating another one. So yeah, now this works. Not that it's, you know, doing what it's supposed to be doing, but... okay, so that makes sense. That checks out. That's exactly what I thought it was going to do. Also, I think I get what you're saying. I think there's just... I think we're not on the same terminology page, maybe. Because I feel like I'm kind of going... like, doing what you're saying, but instead of making an action map for each, like, controller type, I'm doing a control scheme for each controller type. Because then I'll have... because then instead of action map for each, and I promise I'm not trying to debate you, I'm just like half thinking out loud and half responding to you, but yeah, because if I do separate control schemes, then I have one for both types of controller types, right? And then I can have an action map for gameplay, and then I can have a separate action map for UI, which have completely different controls mapped to, like, you know, up and down isn't going to be move. Yeah, because in this way, if I do action maps for one for gameplay, one for UI, the gameplay, you know, up and down is going to be mapped to moving, whereas in UI, up and down is going to be mapped to, you know, separate, like going between buttons. But then both of those apply to both controller types. So I don't... Yeah. But I think, like, you're right in the sense that I needed some sort of separation between the two. Like, that is definitely what I was missing. Also, we're gonna go here, PC. Oh. value vector 2. So I want that, and then, oh, interesting. So these aren't specific to, so actions aren't specific to control schemes, just the actual bindings are. But we're gonna call it rotate gamepad. Because then what I can do is I can map, instead of on rotate, this will be on rotate mouse, and this can be on rotate gamepad. That's what I call it. Also, thank you for all the, you know, input. I appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have music. Cool. Just making sure the music's gonna keep flowing for the rest of the stream. I usually gotta queue up like 2 playlists, and that's, you know, 2 hours worth. This is actually such good progress. Like we are full steam ahead right now. I mean, this is good. This is really good. This should be right. Okay. Hold on. Getting rowdy in here. Okay, so I think we're good. Let's test this out, and we'll see. So first test is gonna be the mouse. I found it in 2021. It's different to 2022 version. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's one thing, is versioning is definitely important, especially when you're using the like external tools and whatnot. Bet. What is, I want to pause this and just go back up here for a second. Cannot find default control scheme controls. Oh, yeah, makes sense. Checks out. Yeah, you definitely shouldn't be able to find that because I changed that name. Just real quick, just so my OCD cannot see more errors. Interesting that it's looking for default Steam. Oh, unless I... No, I don't really know where that error is coming in. But, oh well. Okay, so we can rotate here. We can do this. We can do this. We can shoot. I really like the black outline on the guy. Like when he's jumping, it really feels like he's coming at you. The depth is really good. Okay, now controller, test controller. We got another guy. We can move. We can rotate. We can rotate. And we can shoot. How do you... The controls are definitely a lot harder. On here? Okay, cool. Controls are definitely a lot more confusing on here. You can't rotate and jump at the same time, but I don't really know if there's a fix for that. So, I mean, I could map instead of jump to X, I can map jump to like, you know, left trigger or something. But I don't know that it's really gonna make it any easier. Or, oh, I could map it to like pressing in the left stick. That could be the move. That could be the move. But I can mess with that another time. Okay. First thing I'm going to do, before it drives me insane, is get rid of these log statements. Really do not need those. And then if we can get all these out of here. That apparently is not being used. Okay. Good stuff, good stuff. Apparently don't need that. All right, all that's left is eating. Little tongue action. Man, this is so good. This is actually so good. All right, there's a lot of like logistical stuff you gotta figure out. Like a lot of logistical stuff and a lot of what's it called? Yeah, I just completely lost my train of thought. I don't know where I was going with that. But like I guess like the health bar being so all control schemes. Yeah, okay. So eat. Yeah, we'll say tongue. So this is going to be bound to right click. Shooting is left. Tonguing is right. Okay, cool. Then add binding, path. Let's go back. It's opposite on controller. Left trigger gamepad. Yes. Okay. Save this. And this is just gonna be a simple button press down. And again, this is gonna be something where I want to track player health, tongue. When the prefab is open while starting the game, then error happens. Then errors happen. Oh, okay. Thank you. That's helpful. It's good to know. Yeah, I mean, a lot of time with an error like that, like can't find it out right, like it's not causing any actual impact to the game. It's not breaking anything. I don't usually worry about too much, but I thought it was just gonna be easy fixed. Easy fix. Is this not being used anywhere? It is. No, it's not. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Oh, no, it's easy right here. Okay, but actually it's not being used. It's really just completely pranking me. Right? Because like it's not. I believe the definition, there's only one error. Like, where's extend? What's it actually doing? Oh gosh, this is such a mess to look at. So it extends tongue. Oh, it doesn't need to extend direction because it uses that. Okay, cool. Crazy question. and I'm really not expecting you to know this, but I'm curious. So right now, I have the tongue as a... here, let me pull it up. I don't actually know if you've seen this, because I don't know. There's been a lot of gameplay in the last 2 streams. It's been a lot of trying to get controls to work. But the... Oh, here, scene. So the tongue is just like a line, essentially. I'm just using a line renderer. And I have it extend when the player holds a button, right? And then, you know, if it hits something, it retracts. If that something that it hits is an enemy, it pulls them back with them, kills them when it gets back to the player. But the actual extension of the line, right now, I just have it as a pink block because I don't know how... Well, I shouldn't say I don't know how. I have a couple ideas, but I don't know that I have a great way to... I guess I do, don't I? Because like I was just it's a block right now because I couldn't get the actual sprite to extend, but I just need to split the sprite in 2. Because if I just have a because like that's the frog, right? And his tongue, I want to, you know, obviously I want it to be like a point at the end. But when it extends, you know, I want to be long and straight. You know, that's obviously straight, but with the point at the end. But if I just made all of this one prefab and then this part separate, I could just have the actual part that extends as this, and then just place this at the end. There'd be some, you know, I have to mess around with the positioning of it and whatnot, but all right, never mind. Sorry I asked. That was a silly question. I actually forgot that I knew how to do that, and I don't know why I never went back. Well, I never went back and did it because there's always other stuff to do, but I think that's the way that I'm going to implement it. I put extension hitbox inside the animation and used on trigger enter, but that is my way. There's many ways to do it. Oh, gotcha. But so is that, so if you're controlling everything inside the animation, can you control when it comes back? Can it come back dynamically? Because, you know, if there's a wall right in front of the player, it should go out until it hits the wall and then come back. I guess that would just be animation states, right? You would just control the animation state. But yeah, I guess I don't know how to yeah. So that was another thing I had to think about. I was doing it all via animation instead of doing it, you know, in code, which I normally tend to do things in code because my background is programming, so I'm just more comfortable with that, even though it takes longer. But also I like it because it's a lot more defined and like there's variables and I don't know. In my mind, it works together more. But nonetheless, I don't know how to extend it indefinitely, if that makes sense. And I could definitely do that, right? Like I could look it up and figure it out in probably, I don't know, a couple hours at max. I say that and it'd take me, you know, 10. But there's obviously a way to, you know, repeat the animation so like the base of the tongue is extending quote unquote indefinitely until, you know, something in the code stops it. You know, it hits that collision is detected and it says, you know, okay, now stop, switch animation and reverse that process. Okay. That's good to know that you could do it that way too. I don't know which way I'm going to do it. I don't know if there's necessarily a better way. Maybe I do it the animation way just to, you know, up my skill set. Raycast 2D is a great option too. Yeah. So they like all the collisions are working, right? Like I have the collisions work. You know what? Let me just, if I just get the controls to work, I can show you. But on tongue values pressed. Yeah, like all the collisions are working. The actual mechanics work. It's just that the actual animation of the tongue that I need to work. Everything else I've already coded. I think I use, what do I use? Yeah, I'm using Raycast 2D. That's what I'm using. Don't know if there's a particular reason for that, but that's what I'm using. What do I do with Raycast 2? I just do a box cast and I don't even set it anymore, do I? It's an interesting -6 covered in there. Yeah, so I just send it 1 unit. Why? Wait, what is that -6? The angle is -6? Why is the angle -6? That is really weird that I just hard-coded -6 in there. Gotta love good programming practice, bro. Gotta love good programming practices. Just -6 in there. I guarantee you that if I change that -6, everything would break too. Who knows why I did that? The angle, though, is what that is. Yeah, because it's right after box size. Yeah. So it's size and the angle is just -6. Okay, cool. That's, I don't know. I'm not going to try and figure that out. That's just... Okay. Now to understand again how this works so I can implement this correctly. It looks at the current state. Current state's neutral and the button's down and it can move. It extends it. If the button's not down, then it's going to retract it. Okay, I think I actually already programmed all this correctly. Okay. I actually think everything's already in place. That caught me so off. The song, it was like, shh. I don't know. I thought my cat just like knocked something over. It was like sliding down the walls or something. I don't know. That really threw me for a loop. Also, I'm going to save this whole scene before I lose everything. What am I just playtesting? Is that all I got to do? Sometimes my brain scatters way too much and I just, as you just saw, totally forgot what I was doing between yeah, that's the sound right there. Cannot find default control scheme controls and input actions. Interesting. I wonder if I... Very interesting. Player input is what this is called, or no? That's really weird. That it does that. Anyways. Boom. Wow, yeah, I don't like that. Alright, so obviously you can tell that the tongue is not broken. What is going on, bro? Oh, man, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, get out of here. Get out of here. Let me just try. Oh, okay. So default scheme is definitely not controls. We'll set the PC and then set it back to any. We'll see what happens. If anything good. Okay. So it just keeps going between extend and retract. Because why? Because why? So where's is button? Okay, there's only 3 places. Checks it here and here, sets it there. That's it. Only place it sets it is there. And even though this only gets called. I bet you it never calls this again after. That's why. Because I have to change it to not a button, but a value. That's why. Yep. Because it's never telling it that the button's not pressed, so it just thinks it's always being pressed. Hey, that's all it was. It just really was behind. The only thing is I don't like this. Okay, let me map this out for a second. So if you press the button, I want you to extend. Now if you keep holding this, I don't want it to ever extend again. So if you press and hold, I want you to extend. And then it should go to full. And then it should go retract, right? If you press but let go, it should extend. Not reach full, and then retract, right? So as soon as you let go, I want to retract. Are there any other options? No, that's it. Okay, so I think this means that instead of doing this, we just say but no, again, I don't want it to. Yeah, so I was kind of right the first time. Except I just want it to. Man, I'm confusing myself now. So whenever you release, I want it to retract. But I don't want it to keep extending. Okay, so the button is pressed down. I don't know how that got there. So if the button is pressed, then call extend, right? If the button is pressed and is button down, is false. What? Why is it highlighting this in orange? I don't like that at all. Why is it doing this? No. Okay. Oh, we're fine. We're back. We're back. So yeah, so the button is being pressed and it hasn't already, and it's not being held. Then extend it. And then the button's not being pressed, then retract. If you've gone too far or anything, like if you've gone full length or if you've hit something, the state management will take care of it, right? Like state management will grab that. That's fine. I think we're chilling. We also have to do is, I literally just copied that, is button down equals true. And then set is button equal to false here. And we're tracking that somehow. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about this. Probably should have this condition here also. Make sure we can move. Because if you're in neutral state, you push the button down, you're going to enter this, right? That actually doesn't matter what state you're in. But let's say you're in neutral state. You push the button down. And it's going to go, okay, button's pressed. You just pushed it. And This should be an else if because I don't want. Okay. So yeah, let's say you're in neutral state. You push the button down. It's gonna go okay. It's pressed. You're not holding it, and you can move. Therefore, you meet all the criteria to extend. So we're gonna mark the button as being pushed down. It's already been pressed. You're already extending. Then you go ahead and extend. You're now in the extend state. You're doing all the extending things. And it's going to say, all right, hey, yo, what's the tongue length? Okay, if you reach the max length, then start retracting. Also, this deals with if you've hit something, which then send it into retract. And honestly, if we're doing it like that, it's probably a good idea to handle this in here, right? So do that instead. That we're only calling extend and retract from in here. Now, if you keep holding that button, you're obviously going to be in extend state. But again, that doesn't matter. State doesn't matter for this. It's going to say, okay, the button is pressed, but button is pressed is true now. So it goes, okay, skirt, gets out of there. Because this doesn't pass, because the button has been pressed. Now, once you release the button, assuming you're still extending, you haven't reached max length, you haven't, you haven't hit something, then you're going to, button is, stop pressing the button. It's going to set button equal to false, so you can then eat again. And then it's going to say, all right, start retracting. I like that. I'm about as confident as I'm going to get that this is good. And of course, I was in play the whole time. Faux shirt. Faux shirt. All right, let's perfect. Holding it only goes once. Let it go, only goes short. Amazing. Absolutely incredible. Top tier programming right there. Top tier programming. All right. What time is it? What are we looking at? 7 o'clock. Oh, 7 o'clock on the dot. That was perfect. All right. I'm going to go. I don't know. Throw some chicken on the stove. Fry up some chicken. I think that sounds good. I will post this on YouTube if I remember. I'll try really hard. But, Shino, everyone else, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Or, Shino, it's 1 a.m. for you. So, good night to you. I will see you guys next week. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And thanks for joining me. See ya.